Gen X. Are we adults yet? Getting older doesn't mean life gets easier. Gen X, we were raised on MTV, Latchkey Freedom, and Saturday morning cartoons. We are now staring down colonoscopies, caregiving, and the chaos adult children can bring. In this episode, we're going to talk about what it really means to get older, the weird health stuff, the parent sandwich, and the fact that it isn't easy. Growing up was supposed to be the hard part, not this part.
Yeah, I was supposed to have a Corvette by now.
Hi, I'm Jason, and I do not own a Corvette.
We are Gen X.
I do not have a Corvette.
To our podcast.
I want to give a shout out and a thank you to everyone who follows us. I want to give a shout out to the Netherlands coming in strong.
Dang.
Thank you out
Mass
there.
downloads.
Appreciate it.
All of
See
a
you out
sudden.
there.
See?
See you out there. So thank you guys. Thank you to all of our followers who have consumed our content over the last 3 years. We just hit a year mark on YouTube. We just completed 3 years on the audio side total. We're working on our 4th year. And, we're on the other social media platforms. TikTok is hitting hard. We're good over there. We're having a good time. So thank you for wherever you follow, wherever you catch this.
Check us out.
Check us out everywhere. Hey, yo. Check us out.
Check us out.
Are we adults yet?
Perfect.
Boom, boom.
Greg, tell us something good.
All of a sudden,
Yes.
baseball.
Tell me.
Got to go to a baseball game. Modesto Nuts. It's baseball season.
John.
They're the world
Thurman
champions.
Field. The Modesto Nuts are the world champions right now.
Yeah, two years in a row. They
What?
won the whatever that is. They won their league or whatever, the minor league champion of their minor league.
Their orb.
They won. They're the winners of it all.
Wow.
And I raised kids, man. I raised my stepsons as baseball players, dude. So we went through the whole travel baseball, and I did that stuff for years. And we were at ballparks every weekend. And they're at the age where this is exactly where we thought. That's where we were there last night going, we should be traveling around watching our boys play.
Right.
Because they're at the age that they should have been doing this right now. But if you've got kids that you've ever tried to train to be an athlete, and then suddenly they quit that sport, you know what it's like.
Let's talk about what getting older really means. Let's talk about that. From our perspective, I'm 53 years old. I am smack dab in the middle of our generation. I might be a little on the early half. I'm on the early half. I'm not in the middle. So anyways.
But I've seen some 53-year-olds that are in rougher shape than us.
Those are probably drinkers.
Get it together,
I've noticed
guys.
Drinkers, the ages you a lot.
Yeah.
Alcohol's one of them.
Slow poison. It's just a slow poison.
It just it eats your liver filters your toxins build up and it just ages you.
Yeah.
It just competes with all that shit. And
I was never really a booze hound.
ooh, thank the stars. No,
Yes.
right? So the easy stuff, let's start with the easy stuff, right? Getting older right now, I thought about this the other day, that all of the adults when we were kids are now dead or dying, and they are the old people going out, like the old pictures of Gene Hackman. We haven't heard of Gene Hackman in years. He passed away, bless his soul. In a horrible kind of way, the poor guy. He and his wife both died separately in their house and were found later, right?
That's terrible.
That's horrible. So anyways, we are the same age as the Ropers, the Golden Girls, Alice, Flo. We're older than most of the Cheers cast and Fonzie. The fuck is he still hanging around the high school for anyway? Fucking weirdo.
Weirdo.
Those actors are old and gray if they are still alive. We are older. We are as old as the Ropers.
Yeah,
and they
we're
were
supposed
made to
have our
be
shit
old
together.
people. Archie Bunker. We were as old as Archie Bunker. He was old.
Yeah.
Take a minute and appreciate how not old we look as a generation.
But yeah, they
Aquanet
say that
saved
people
our
back
ass.
then looked older at the same age that we
Moose.
are now for some reason. Yeah. Because we got better haircuts and better style and stuff.
I think we drink less
and we dress
or
like-
drink
I
different.
still dress like I'm 14.
We have other drugs to do. It wasn't just alcohol. I think that's why my grandparents were young or old looking
Yeah.
when I was a little kid, and they were only in their 50s and 60s. God bless their soul, they died in their 60s. It's not that old, bro. That's right around the corner. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
anyways, the adults when we were kids, our music stars when we were kids, our TV stars, our actors, except the kids that are our age, like Corey Feldman. I'm a big
They're
fan
all
of
like
Corey
great
Feldman.
grandmas.
Shout out to Corey Feldman.
Yeah, bro. Come on the show.
Come on the show, Corey.
Yes, dude.
Hashtag Corey. We are 7 steps away from Corey Feldman. Somebody put the word out.
Somebody knows.
Let's get in touch with Corey Feldman. So, anyways, I like that guy. Teddy Duchamp.
Yeah.
He stood guard for his friends. He had the gun.
That's what I mean. Everyone talks to him about all these different things when they do interview him, but no one talks about that.
Yeah, we like that stuff. So we're the next set. We are like the reigning adults of our world right now. Our generation are the adults because the generation ahead of us are the old people.
We're about to be the blue hairs.
We're
the next group of blue hairs coming in.
We are, and that's us. We are the next. We are just now starting to say, when I was a kid,
get off my lawn.
Turn off that light. Oh my God. You know what I thought about the other day? You know what I want? I want a floating holographic running in real time counter of the cost of that electrical item that is on wherever it's on. That light, that light, that light, that light, this mic, this computer, that computer,
you could just
whatever else is on. It has a number right here.
Costs.
That just says like $1.14. Ever since it's been on. When you turn it off, it resets. Turn it on, it's whatever. But ever since it's been on, now it's $1.14. That is $27. That is $13. Like, holy fuck. If we saw the cost in real time, what this stuff costs, like the coffee pot just being plugged in and only making coffee for 1 hour a day.
You could do it. Or don't they have smart plugs or something like that? That'll tell you how much power is being used.
Well, it doesn't shoot out a number right there and just scream at you or turn itself off after $1.
That's just a little bit of math, though.
Yeah. That would be dope, though. I would be hella pissed. I'd be like, you got $27 to run this TV for no reason?
They don't want you to know that, though.
No. Those TVs run. Dude. They pull some juice. Dude. Anyway.
I don't turn my computer off either. Are you a computer turner offer?
Like power off?
Yeah, you power it off.
That shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I want to counter on this.
I still lock, and then let the whatever power
Saver,
settings take over. Yeah.
Yeah. If this thing cost me $19 a month to not run, to just have on my table, I would change that.
Yeah, I might actually unplug it or something.
I would. $19 a month. Done. There's a 20. There's a twomp.
20.
Saved a twomp.
Saved it. Better spent.
All right. So less about me. We are the next blue hairs. We are the adult generation of right now, right? The adults when we were kids are the old folks. They are dying. Like I said, all the adult actors and the people that were just like 10 years older than us, just like a half a generation old, the James Hetfields and the Brad Pitts and those guys that are in their early 60s, late 50s.
Yeah, they seem like they were way older than us back then, but now it doesn't seem like that much.
They're not that much, but you know, those guys are getting up there. The Hetfield's like 63 or some shit like that. He's only 10 years older than us.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But still.
You know, Metallica.
That's a very accelerated 10 years, 50 to 60s.
The last time I checked,
That's
Metallica Inc. was worth $1.2 billion.
With a B?
B. You go, James. Fuck yeah, kick out fucking Mustaine. Sorry, Dave. Yeah. So just because we made it out of our 50s doesn't mean we're good to go. We don't recover like we used to. Our bodies don't look like they used to. Our health. Have you realized there are diseases we develop as adults? Heart disease, heart stuff, diabetes, dementia, MS, all kinds of cancers. Fuck cancer, by the way. Not to mention just having body parts shut down, gallbladders, joints, hair growth, thyroid,
I haven't had any of those fall apart things yet. Have you had any of those fall aparts?
Not yet, thank goodness.
Have something removed or something like that?
Not yet, thank goodness.
Yeah.
No, nothing on the horizon. I got constipated a couple of times for the first time in my life. That was miserable.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's miserable. That wasn't fun.
Yep.
That was not fun.
Bad
That shit
old
hurt.
people stuff. Hemorrhoids.
That shit hurts.
Yeah.
I've had one. Yeah.
That's pretty terrible.
Yeah.
That's old people shit, though.
That's like old people vision.
Yeah. You are wearing the glasses.
I am wearing the glasses.
I just have to put my laptop far away so I can still read it.
So I could do that.
Put the font bigger.
So when I took these off just now, that's kind of blurry because I was used to having them on. My eyes have to adjust it to it, but I made this bigger to see it without it. So now it's bigger, and I have the glasses on.
Or
yes,
you got to increase the size of the font on your phone too, so you can see it.
Yeah,
I just made mine a little bigger, and I didn't like it. I had to sit ready to put it back. I tried to go up one font size, and everything's it's unusable.
No,
it's like going back to 800 by 600. It's the worst shit ever. I'm like, that's too much.
800 by 600. That shit's funny. But things that start to break down, things that just start to get more difficult. We have some friends that aren't in good shape. I'm not in good shape. I just don't look like morbidly obese, right? But we got some friends out there that are bigger, that their bodies are going to start taking a toll on them. They already have, but things like the heart, it's just going to get more tired faster, right? You know what I mean? And then other things like the liver and your kidneys, things that got to still keep up. And it's not just about weight or just being bigger. It's more about the lifestyle. It's more about the choices.
It's a
more
food lifestyle. American food sucks, dude.
And so here's where you let yourself off the hook a little bit. It's hard to find good food. You have to know what good food is. You have to have your own definition of what is good food for you.
The food pyramid is not it.
It is not it.
Lied to us. They lied to us.
I can't eat like I used to.
No.
I mean, I could, but one, I pay for it.
Yeah.
Two, it
There's
sticks.
a cost. You're taking damage, bro.
I don't take it.
The whole point is not to take damage. And
to
taco
build.
truck, sometimes that hot sauce causes damage.
You know what's funny? I think I told you this year. Every year I DJ a certain elementary school out here, and they do a jogathon. It's first thing in the morning, right? So school starts at like 8:05. They do the pledge. They do the morning announcements. First class comes running out like at 8:12. It's like weird minutes like that, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, but I got to be there before. I got to be there before 8:00 when the first bell rings, and they let people on campus because I can't drive across campus when the kids are there.
Yeah.
It's a country school, so all the parents are lined up waiting for that first bell. So if I get there early, I got there like a quarter till, the custodian let me drive back there and set up, right? So
you don't got to carry all your stuff.
no. So, but here's the thing. That's on a Friday morning.
Right.
And I'm out in the middle of this field, out in the middle of the track, right? Elementary school, out in the country, right? And Thursday nights are when we record. Thursday nights is when I eat spicy ass taco truck.
Oh, yeah.
Friday morning is the morning I don't have access to a fucking bathroom until like 1:15 or like actually more like 11:40 to like 12:22 is like lunch or some shit like
That's
that.
an emergency, bro.
Dude, I can't hold a taco truck burrito with spicy sauce until 11 something in the morning.
No.
It is not going to happen.
You just have to put on a song and then run away.
I got to put on a song, ask for keys, go to the adult, teacher only bathroom. When I'm in
you can't go
elementary
sit on
school,
those tiny little toilets in an elementary
I can't go in the kid's bathroom, dude. I can't be in the same bathroom as the kid.
Not with your pants down.
Don't want to, can't want to, shouldn't
in
want
an
to.
elementary school bathroom.
No want to.
With your pants down. Not in this day and
Anywhere
age.
near a fucking child.
all
Yes.
Nope,
Correct.
not today.
So last year, this year, it was just a couple weeks ago, it was the beginning of May. I didn't have a burrito. I don't remember what I had. Maybe that was the day we didn't eat.
You had nachos.
Did I have nachos? I didn't
think
eat
so.
anything. So, anywho, I can't eat like I used to. I can't eat the fast food, especially McDonald's. I had McDonald's the other day. And I swear to God, this is the worst excuse. It was early in the morning. It was there. We were at a cheer comp. We were in like some part of some town like Roseville up in there, out in the deep side, nowhere near downtown. There was a neighborhood McDonald's. I went back. I'm like, I'll get some hash browns and some orange juice. It'll be like the 80s. It'll be like $62 fucking dollars, bro.
Yeah, it's not even cheap, dude. Hash brown's not 49 cents anymore.
Oh, I got one hash brown and an orange juice. 60.
It still only costs 19 cents to make that hash brown, but now they charge you $6 for it.
The meals. I got, the drinks and stuff. I want the pancakes. I want scrambled eggs. When they ate it all, made sure, right?
Yeah.
But I got burgers. I got a double QP cheese, no on-ions.
Yeah.
I always get that. That's how I say it. Excuse me. I get a double quarter pounder of cheese and onions, please. Done. Right. And I get the fries. I get a large fry. Right.
For breakfast?
Yeah. And I ketchup on the fries and the salt. A little salt sore right here on the edge of my mouth by scraping them in. And then eat that double quarter pounder cheese after you drip it like this a few times on that
They
paper.
make burgers in the morning?
Yes.
They don't make breakfast all day?
They do. I can get that.
Huh.
So I ate it.
Sick.
And it hurt my freaking stomach, bro. For
the
breakfast,
rest of the day.
I'll do the
Paid for
sausage McMuffins. But those are hella salty, and the biscuits and if I get a biscuit, it's hella dry. But anyways, I
Seed
can't
oils.
eat. I got all distracted. I
seed
can't
oils.
eat McDonald's anymore, and
No.
I'm glad.
You
right?
could. It's their fault. They've re-engineered their food in a laboratory to make it taste the same, but made out of cheaper ingredients.
Yes,
and it's a bad idea.
It really
was
hurt
a
my
bad
stomach.
idea
I didn't finish it.
Because guys our age can't eat that anymore, and you just lost a key part of your audience. We can't eat it anymore.
No,
all those fast food joints. I can't eat none of it.
I love Whole Foods anyway.
Yeah.
I eat tomatoes like a carrot, like an apple. You know, with salt on them. You know, my daughter eats tomatoes whole.
Slice them up.
She won't do salt on them, but she'll
Right
eat
out
them.
of the garden.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So she'll do that stuff.
Love it.
Right. I love eating carrots. I love eating potatoes. I love eating tomatoes. I love eating corn, beef. I freaking love eating beef. I make my own bread. I love eating honey on cottage cheese. Food sticks around longer now.
Honey on cottage cheese is weird. Who taught you how to do that? That's
Honey
not a thing.
So cottage cheese, I started getting cottage cheese in restaurants instead of hash browns just to cut down all that stuff.
Yeah.
Get a couple more grams of protein, right? Just right. So, and then my buddy, I was having breakfast with Chris Riley. Shout out to Chris Riley. He's like, you can put jelly on that. I'm like, oh fuck, jelly? Okay, put a little toast jelly in there.
Yeah.
Eat it right up. Hella good. Hella good. Or salt and pepper. So I get
Salt
home.
and pepper.
We have this big tub of cottage cheese. I put this big scoop in there, and I have the honey. I want a sweetener. I want a natural sweetener, so I put it on there. And the honey gets kind of hard, not hard, but gets really thick, right?
Because it's cold.
Like caramel. It's almost like caramel and ice cream. It's not like caramel and ice cream, but it's almost like caramel and ice cream. And then a little dash of salt for the flavor. And then I want to get bold and put some red pepper flakes on it, make it spicy.
My mom would put pineapple in the cottage cheese when I was a kid. That was my introduction to cottage cheese. And then it was how I survived in the Marine Corps. They always had a big container of cottage cheese. You could just scoop it.
As much as you wanted?
Yeah, just salt and pepper on that, just to be able to, so it wasn't just plain cottage cheese.
Salt and pepper on cottage cheese is hella good.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was just surviving on anything that was recognizable.
As food?
In a chow hall.
Yeah. Food sticks around a little bit now. Cheese and dairy are my enemies. I can eat cottage cheese. That doesn't seem to mess with me. The milk, I stopped drinking milk. I drink a ton of water. That milk you brought over there today was hella good.
And it didn't make you sick, did it? The Life cereal probably did. You saw me. I had to eat freaking weirdo cereal off of the healthy aisle.
It's a weird aisle. That dark one with cobwebs and shit on it.
Nobody goes.
All the broken toys
It's
on
like
it.
right next to the granola.
And like the auto parts.
Clearance.
I do drink a good amount of water. We can't just sit back and cruise into old age. We have to take care of ourselves. And I'm not going to give you a list of shit to do.
But we never carried water around.
Figure that out.
I can't leave the house without this thing now. We didn't carry water around.
I drink a lot of water at home.
What was that? We never drink water. Now I have to have, probably 3 or 4 of these a day to survive.
I'll drink 6 or 7 of these at night after I get home from work.
Right.
Throughout the night.
It's too much.
Ice water.
How? Why is that a thing? They say part of that is why we don't look like old people back then too. Why people?
So I drink with
years ago
a lot of
didn't drink
ice
any
and some
water
Mio, and so it's flavored. And hella cold water is it was a flavor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were having cocktails and we're pounding bottles of water.
Right. Yeah, they're having. Well, my grandparents, the one I talked about, as far back as I can remember, they drank Ham's beer.
Yeah, beer.
The bottles with the little toys on it. You know,
Yep.
Lucky Lager.
Not
Lucky
better.
Lager.
Yeah,
with the little
Luckies.
puzzles on the fucking lids as a
Yeah.
kid. That was part of my sit on Nana's lap and try and figure out the puzzles while she's drinking her beer. She had a little bit of salt for her beer. They weren't pounding 12 packs a night, but they were drinking a couple of beer. I don't know how many. At least 1 or 2. It seemed like it might have been more. I don't know, but
I can't even do that.
the point is, they're both gone. They both left us pretty fucking early, and they both were just like daily drinkers.
Some of those daily drinkers live forever too. 90-year-old guy that drinks whiskey every day. Does it just depend on what you drink, maybe? No, because alcohol is poison. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Those
Man.
guys that drink and smoke their whole lives and live to be 100.
Yeah,
That's not it either. Genetic.
I like cooking food. I like eating food. It's more than just survival or something I just have to do to not be grumpy, right? I like eating food that I can eat a lot of. So I try and find foods that no matter how much of it I eat, it's healthy. And I found those foods. There obviously there are drawbacks, right? You eat too many bananas, I think you get constipated and you get like something else. You eat too many oranges, you're going to get the shits and all the acid and all that stuff's going to burn your butt.
Grapes.
Upset your
stuff,
stomach,
yeah.
right? So you get the
fruit.
runs, you get the too much blah, 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 blah.
Too much fiber or whatever it is.
But in the long run,
That's kind of a clean out.
you really can't.
Yeah.
in
It's just
the
to clean
bigger
up.
picture of things, in your body mechanics, in your health, and all that stuff, if you only eat grapes, then yeah, there's no protein and there's no other shits that you need, right? But you can eat 8 pounds of grapes in one day and have the shits the next day. It's really not going to throw you off. But if you eat regular food, what I'm getting at is whole food. If it's the closer to a plant or an animal, the better off we are, nutrition wise. Period. You can take supplements, you can take vitamins, and there are plants that you can do in front of me instead of meat, or there are. But the point is, there are whole food ways to get all the nutrition we need. I'm not saying you have to go eat meat. You could not eat meat. I don't care if you eat meat or not. I don't care if you only eat plants or not, or whatever your specific diet is. Right? A lot of these diets are all centered around whole fucking foods. Not a single fucking diet plan includes
less ingredients.
22,000 calories
things, like,
of McDonald's.
Even if you buy stuff in the store prepackaged, like if it's got too many ingredients, I just won't even deal with it anymore.
My bread's got like 4 ingredients.
Yeah, it doesn't even require much.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Anything else is fancy. When I put little pats of butter in the bread when I make it and stuff, it's like, it's just being fancy. Doesn't really need that.
The last loaf I made came out kind of cakey a little bit. I put too much honey in it, maybe some butter in it. Maybe that made it some cakey like instead of bready. But I like we're starting our sourdough again. So
I did a good sandwich bread last week that turned out nice.
yeah. My kids ask for bread when I make it.
Yeah.
They ask for the homemade bread because it tastes good.
Yeah.
They don't ask for regular. They don't ask for toast. Yes.
Do you buy real butter?
We buy the organic, the green stuff from Costco. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the grass fed.
Yeah, that stuff.
That's good butter.
It's good butter. Yeah, we eat it. We eat butter on bread.
Well, I grew up on margarine, bro. Country crock.
Yeah, mom.
All we had was that giant tub of country crock. Any recipe that called for butter was getting margarine.
And I hesitated like fuck to eat that shit at home too. I wouldn't. It was
I didn't
hard
know
for
any
me
better
to
as a kid. As a kid,
yeah, I didn't eat a lot of
me.
country crock or it was margarine. It's not real butter, dude.
didn't.
Because sometimes
I
we'd
didn't
have
know.
butter, and sometimes I'm like, do we have butter? We have country crock. I don't want fucking country crock. I want butter.
I didn't know the difference. I thought it was all the same thing.
Yeah,
He tricked us.
Yep. So
Hydrogenated oils.
we can't just sit back and cruise into old age, bro.
No, I can't even go to Taco Bell anymore.
Have you seen those guys in their late 50s and early 60s or whatever just fucking rocked, just fucking jacked,
Yeah,
buffed, like they've been working their whole life?
right.
Yeah. Men.
Steve DeCoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like that. Big giant old dude.
Farmers and shit.
Yeah.
All these guys. Yep. You got to take care of yourself. You got to eat the right food. You got to exercise your body. You got to break a sweat. You got to increase your heart rate.
Got to go do things.
Got to get off your ass and exercise. Break a sweat. Repeat. Increase your heart rate. Besides, being overweight has to be one of the fastest killers of people our age. Today, food isn't food unless you're cooking it. McDonald's, Burger King, In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A, Togo's, Straw Hat, Taco Bell, Panda is not real food. Real food is not served through a window. Some are less evil than others. Some are less evil than others. I get that. But once you jump into the world of fast food, just remember you're in the world of fast food and it's all shit food, but some of it's less shit food. And some of it's shit food that we're okay with. Like Taco Bell, I love me a good 2 bean burritos with extra cheese.
That's like restaurant food and then fast food and then the cafeteria food that they serve at the public schools is like a lower. That's like grades of food.
Yeah, there's restaurant and then there's commercial, and that would be like institutional food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Institutional food. Yep. Prisons and schools.
They're supposed to meet certain guidelines for nutritional values, right?
I bet pizza day is not like it was when we were kids.
Those Mexican pizzas. I don't know why they called them Mexican pizzas, but they were called. But they were just anything different. We just named it from a country.
Yeah.
Oh, those must be the Chinese versions.
Chinese hamburgers.
Yeah, these are Chinese hamburgers. We had Chinese. We played Chinese checkers. The fuck do we know these are Chinese checkers? That's what we just
Chinese
called
checkers?
them. I don't know. I look at you guys. I'm stuck over here. I'm staring at you. I should put you in the front. Oh, yes. Thank you for my soapbox rant. Real food is not served through a window, but some fast food is really good, and I get it. I'm not saying not. I'm just saying be aware.
Except for In-N-Out's doing pretty good.
In-N-Out's doing pretty good.
They make pretty good, decently healthy fast food. They got rid of all their high fructose corn syrup and shit. It doesn't make me sick if I go there.
They don't have anything frozen. It's all fresh.
They've gotten rid of all the artificial colorings, replaced it with like turmeric and natural colorings and stuff like that. The green peppers, the little peppers you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah, those used to have FD&C yellow number 5 in them. And now they're
That's
just
in my
using
shampoo.
turmeric. Yeah, see, same things in your shampoo.
It's in my shampoo.
Yeah, and Wendy's, I think. Wendy's is the other one that I can eat that doesn't make me sick. You ever go to Wendy's?
Yeah.
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 I like Wendy's burger.
They have like a cheese sauce for like their baked potatoes or something. The Gouda sauce, is it a Gouda sauce? Or something like that. It's fucking hella good.
Gouda's fancy.
And it's good. And I like they like the potato bread buns.
Yeah, it's a good restaurant, seems like, most of them.
Like I said, some are less evil than others.
Yeah, some of them
right?
are pretty good, but some of them, they're just like the ones I can eat without getting sick, because Taco Bell just comes straight out the other end, smells still like Taco Bell.
It's explosively shocking.
It's terrible.
Your whole body works together. When one thing is off, the rest is affected. Here's the truth. If you eat shit food, you will have health problems, period.
Yeah.
If you eat shit food, you will have health problems, period. You can't go to I watched this. It's easy for me to say. I went shopping and I watched this couple check out in line ahead of me, and they were having a slight argument, nothing too bad, but they were worried about not having enough soda. And the wife snapped back and said, well, we get thirsty and we need stuff to drink. And they had like 4 or 5 cases of soda. They were trying to buy enough beverage to drink until the next time they went shopping. Like, that's the only thing they drank.
Yeah, that's it. Some people don't drink water at all. I don't like water.
But it was just observing the necessity and just like the standard or the norm. Like, that's just, we get thirsty.
Once you see this,
we will die if we don't drink. We
start
will
looking in other people's shopping carts. You're like, you are going to buy that?
And I'm like, fuck, people. There's water. Yeah. Doesn't your body ever just crave water? Do you ever just go up to the fucking faucet in your sink and just drink that shit? I do.
Cold water,
bro. Anyways, I know it was all judgy and shit, and I get that, but I was just like, my God, you guys consume that much soda, and they look like they consume that much soda, right? And that sugar and all that, and that's the evil part about it. I drink soda. I had a soda the other day. Where was I? I was somewhere I'm like, oh, I was at In-N-Out. I'm like, Riley, they got that good ice, though. They had that little small little cube ice.
Yeah, I'll get a little root beer or something.
That's what I got. I got root beer with the small ice. I did. I pounded like 3 of them. Got a big old bloated stomach, but you know what? I got the carbonation.
I can't do that while I'm eating. Like, I'll get iced tea while I'm eating and then drink like half a glass of root beer for dessert. And drink the soda like dessert.
And when I smoke cigarettes, it'd be all at the same time.
We did used to eat and smoke at the same time.
We did used to eat and smoke at the same time.
I could not do that.
No, that wasn't you?
Nope.
I could do that.
I could never.
Hell, I used to enjoy smoking cigarettes. I used to love it.
Yes, but not while you're eating food.
I would just inhale it and love it. Except when it was hot outside. I didn't like smoking so much in the summer, but in the winter
in a hot car.
Oh, I had my way. You just crack it a little bit.
On a 115-degree day.
Yes. You can't eat fast food for lunch, then eat fast food for dinner several times a week. Your body will respond to that. Yeah. It will.
I did.
At our age, it looks like bloating. It looks like constipation. It looks like acid reflux. It looks like that fancy fucking word, diverticulitis. Not to mention how fast food makes our bodies look. You're not happy with the way you look? Feed and move your body correctly. It will turn around.
Show me what you ate for last week, and I'll tell you why you have to take what's that? Acid reflux pill every morning before you go to work.
Right.
It has everything to do with what you're eating.
In a perfect world, a lot of things are fixable by changing our habits. Our habits will change when our values will change. Our values will change when our minds are open to looking around us and evaluating our constantly where we are in life.
That's
measuring
not fun,
things.
That's not fun.
It's
more fun to be completely irresponsible.
You don't want to hear something that's fun? Doing stuff for yourself, not in a selfish way and spending money like I'm going to go spend money instead of rent. No, I'm talking about doing things for yourself. I'm talking about self-care, rewarding yourself, treating yourself to something kind of cool. Feels fucking good. Doing things for yourself.
Eating an entire large pizza from Domino's.
Yes. And get extra ranch and then bitch because you just spent $30 on a pizza and they're going to charge you 50 cents for extra fucking ranch. You entitled customer fuck.
Yeah.
Have you seen that clip? It's somebody in their car and a lady.
Oh, congrats on being first in
out front
Chili's.
of like fucking.
I don't appreciate your sarcasm.
I don't know.
What are you doing?
And the lady's like, "You see my purse? That means I'm first." And she's like all dancy about it. And he's like, oh, sorry. He was like, "Oh yeah, you're first to so. I mean, you must be proud." And she gets all mad and throws a fucking soda or the coffee on the car. I don't remember. I can't remember what it was. I don't know. Black Angus or something. Fucking, I don't know. But feed your body. Move it correctly. It will turn around. You can't be sedentary. You can't just sit. You can't watch videos. You can't just have a membership.
I was a big fat guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to do that.
I remember.
Yep. And I had to just move my body more than I ate food, and it went away.
And you had to keep. So your values changed. You didn't want to be that way anymore, and you're willing to fight through it. That's what I'm talking about, right? So you got to like constantly have an open mind and be able to evaluate what's going on around you. I don't like the way I look, and then get sick and tired enough to do something about it. That's fair. That's fair, right? Nobody ever just goes, little pudgy, might as well get back into the gym. They sit for a minute. They're like, fuck. I walked across the parking lot today at work to go talk to the other office, and it's just a normal sized parking lot, nothing big. One side of a grocery store to the other, right? Nothing. And I walk in, I'm talking, I'm breathing a little bit, and I'm like, and I had to pause for a second. I said, yeah, I just walked all the way from across the parking lot, like making fun of myself. And they laughed and they got it. And I'm like, fuck, I'm out of breath.
What the hell?
That's what I'm saying. Right? So.
You need a scooter. They need to get you a golf cart.
So far, the easy part about getting old is watching older people die. But just knowing that we're the next set of older people. We're the next group getting ready to be pushed into the old people category and to be pushed out, right? We're going to be the ones that are flipped off on the freeway. We're the ones going to be, walking slow through the grocery stores. We're the next blue hair generation.
We're saying sorry in traffic more often.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Let me over. I don't know where I'm going.
I can't see anything.
Driving around with your blinker on.
Yeah, that's us. The next suck part about our generation right now and, people older than us getting older is aging parents. I started off with 3 parents. I have 2 left, and they are both old. They are both old, and they are aging even more.
Doesn't Wayne still ride motorcycles?
He does.
Yeah. He's one of them old dudes on motorcycles?
Yes.
Dangerous.
Yes. Love it.
Oh, yeah.
Mom's got some health things going on. You know what I mean? She is not riding a motorcycle today. But, she's still alive and kicking. She's still got a phone. She's still...
She could be.
Yeah, she drink more water.
She could be on a
Just
motorcycle.
drink more water, Mom. That's it. Mom, just drink more water. I love you, Mom. But aging parents, what to do? Do they have retirement money? Are they self-sufficient? Will you need to do a car wash to cover the funeral? Will one parent live with you if one passes? Will one live with you if they can no longer care for themselves? Do you have money for a home? Like a retirement home or whatever? Gen X, what's the plan? If anything happens to my dad, becomes unable to care for my mom, she's in a bad spot. She is 100% dependent on him. She can move around the house and stuff on her own, but she isn't driving to the store for food. She's not shopping for herself anymore, right?
Yeah.
Anything in-house, got it. All that stuff. But she's dependent on somebody to,
go and get the things.
Her money doesn't cover all the costs that house needs.
Yeah.
Right?
Especially in California these days.
She's got some medical stuff to pay for. And, she's got her own, I don't want to say she's got her own food, but she's got money to buy the food that she wants and needs and likes, right? Her own drinks, and she drinks a lot of coffee and stuff. You know what I mean? And so she's independent with him.
That's how that
makes
works
sense,
at
right?
that age.
Right? So, but if anything were to happen to him, she's good until the bills shut off.
Yeah.
Right? And then what? Right? So,
And he's out riding motorcycles around?
well, yeah, my brother lives in town.
I'm just joking.
That's what I'm saying. She good. Shit. She good. She can move around the house. She isn't shopping for groceries. She isn't bringing them to the house. She's becoming more limited. Her final wishes are known. She does have some paperwork in place. I have 4 brothers to help me figure this out. It'll be a team effort, right? So we won't be alone. And this whole little scenario, imagining my dad's gone first, it could be the other way around, and Dad will just take off on his motorcycle and just visit every now and then. Right. You know what I mean? We'll One day we'll just send his motorcycle back, greetings from Wyoming or something, and
Postcards.
that's it. Yeah, he'll just
Postcards from Sturgis.
and then heaven. You know what I mean? He'll just live life on the road or something. I don't know, something. I'm sure there's a saying, all old Harley riders never die.
That's what I wish my dad would do. Get out of the house, go ride a motorcycle or something.
Yeah. So having aging parents, do they have the money to care for themselves throughout the rest of their life? Some parents have it like that. Some do. And that's good. And so now becomes a matter of helping them manage themselves and then managing their leftovers once they go. Right? And that's maybe an easy way to go. Another more common way to go is to have to do some fundraisers and some GoFundMes and lean on your friends, family, community, which is cool. That's pretty normal. That's fine. I mean, shit, it's a funeral. You're only going to do it once. You know what I mean? And but that's a reality coming. How's that going to work out? It's the only way it's not going to be a reality for you is if you don't have contact for your parents, if they're already gone. But for the rest of us, I still got 2. You still got 1.
Got 1.
How's it going to work? You
Right.
know? So these are questions. These are questions that going to need to be answered. If you got more help, that's great. If you don't, well, then sometimes that's a blessing too. You don't have to have a co-decision maker. Sometimes that's not helpful.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's not helpful. So, love you, parents. We'll just do a lot of praying and put it in the hands and just kind of navigate what comes at us and just enjoy the moments that we have. And just know that it's coming.
Aging parents and everyone
coming.
else. My neighbor dude is 81 years old.
Yeah.
But that dude just called me from Kansas today. He's on the road trip of a lifetime, all solo.
Is he the one that's calling old high school girls?
Yeah.
And trying to just
yeah.
shoot game?
Yep. Yep. His wife died a couple months ago, and he's been dating ever since.
Dang.
He said, "I have no intention of staying single, Greg."
Good for him.
80 years old.
80.
Yeah. And now he's in Kansas. He's driving to the Civil War sites. He wants to go visit the memorials.
Wow. Never thought about that.
Yeah, just
Which side?
he went to the Will Rogers Museum or something
Is that the Confederate
last week.
Is that the,
All of them, I think.
Yeah.
He wants to drive the whole place.
That's
He's
awesome.
just like, I don't know when I'll be back, Greg. Keep an eye on my house.
Okay.
So
Wow.
just keeping an eye on his stuff.
Pilot lights blowing out and shit like that, and the windows shut.
And we park in his driveway and stuff to
Do
make
you?
it look like there's a car
Yeah.
there. Yeah, stuff like that.
Got it.
Keep it looking busy.
Got it. Oh.
But not just parents, just people around us in general, whether it's like your old neighbor, the guy that lived next door to you for a bunch of years and stuff like that. Just people are getting old around us in general.
Our teachers from when we were
Rock
kids
stars,
are
yeah.
gone. Our high school teachers are barely around.
Yeah.
Started to reach out and trying to find some of these old teachers of mine to see if they want to come on the show. And if they're just 20 years older than us, they're in their early 70s, bro. They may not just be the kind of just jump in your car and drive over. You know what I
Someone
mean?
knows how to find them.
Yeah, so.
Get Miss Wold on the show.
I heard she passed away.
Really?
I think so. She lived in Turlock.
I remember that.
Somebody saw her at the bank or something. I don't know. Sometimes our kids are doing so well we can't believe it's true. Great careers, grandbabies, lots of visits, holidays, love, Hallmark, postcards, movies. Sometimes our kids aren't doing so great, even in their adult life. Lots of things can happen. I can speak for myself, and we have some very close friends that have just been devastated recently. It's hard to explain to a non-parent the desire we have to raise our kids the best we can. Give them the things we didn't have. Spend time with them so they don't grow up alone after school. Some of our kids, no matter what we did, went down a dark path and struggled.
All right.
Some are struggling with addiction. Some have completed suicide. Some have developed mental health issues. Some have passed away for a way of host of reasons. No one should lose a kid. That's not how it's supposed to work. We are supposed to bury our parents. That's the expectation. That's supposed to be the norm. I can't even imagine going through the death of a child. My heart just goes out to you guys. It's not how it's supposed to be. So getting older doesn't always get easier, and sometimes our adult children don't follow the Hallmark movie. Some of them do, some of them don't. And that's a reality that gets thrown at us, and we have no control over it whatsoever. We don't. And let me tell you, nor should we to some degree. Let's talk about addicted children. Let's talk about how we can't just take them and put them in a rehab, take their car away and ground them, and then put them in a rehab and go learn for 90 days, 60 days, 30 days, whatever it is. Do this and do that. Talk to this person, practice this, and think this way.
At some point, you set them free.
If they're not driving that from within, I'm not going to say you're wasting time because you're planting seeds. But if it's not driven from within, it's not going to work. That's why you can't just put people in rehab. You can. You're planting seeds. It is clean time, and it can click and trigger something. It can. It can. So it's not like a complete waste of time. However, it's most successful when the person inside is willing to fight the person inside, because that's where the fight is. What I'm trying to get at is, as a parent, we literally have no control. We could try and put them in rehab. We could try and tell them, you can't leave. We could try, and I'm not saying we could try, we just can't. Or we physically gonna like fucking bar their window? Let's say I have a daughter, and she's an addict, and she wants to go out and party. Am I supposed to lock her in her fucking room?
You can't make them do anything.
I mean, and at the same time, when it comes down to it, literally, physically, what do? I can call the police. She can go to Mary Graham Hall or Juvenile Hall. Okay, she's going to jail. Okay, she gets out. She comes home. Then what?
Didn't learn nothing.
What I'm saying is there are some kids that are just set to do their path.
Yeah.
Regardless of what the parent's going to do. So I want to say to the people who aren't parents, it's not about parenting when our kids do these things. And it's not about good parenting or bad parenting. It's not because my parents had alcohol available. They did, but I didn't go up to be an alcoholic. I go up to be a tweaker. That wasn't available, you know. We had a lot of friends growing up that seemed like in that home, oh my God, that's like silver spoons. But, you know, it wasn't like that on the inside of the house. You know what I mean? It was all rich and fancy on the outside, kind of dark and ugly on the inside, like most houses, right? So our kids take their own path, just like I took my own path of addiction, right? I took my own path. It didn't matter what anyone was going to tell me. I ran my own course. Sometimes they pull themselves out. Sometimes they don't. That's a reality of Gen X right there. Or the reality of any generation, to be honest with you.
But we were the hardest hit by drugs and shit, bro. We got hit hard with that shit. I mean, the generations before us got hit hard with alcohol, but all the other variety of drugs. And crack to meth to weed to anything you want.
Opiates to fentanyl.
Yeah.
That's where we are today.
Right now where we are today.
Yeah.
There's so many choices on drugs and stuff. It's out of control. So we got hit the hardest, and our kids did not. I mean, we were the first hardest because our kids have it worse now.
They do. We didn't have fentanyl growing up. Trust and believe I'd have been stuck on that shit too. You know, eventually would have found it. You know what I mean? There is no one right answer. We follow the path that we trust. We can't kidnap people. We can't keep people safe. We can't rescue them.
You can't do it for them.
They have to get it, and they have to get it before they die. When I say we can only control our own decisions, it's not to mean, oh, well, we can't do anything about it. That means they have to participate in their own plan. We control our own decisions for those of us who have, you know, kids out there just, you know, having a hard time with things, you know, they have to get it. It's like standing right next to them. It's almost like watching a kid like walk, and you're like, they're watching them stand up, all fours on the ground, and they're like trying to stand up, and they're wobbling. You're like, just stand all the way up, and you got it. Just stand all the way up. They're like wobbling, and you want to just hold them and stuff, but you know you don't, because you know if they fall on their butt, they just fall on their butt. Except in some days and things like this, and like to our friends and stuff, when they fall on their butt, it's like an overdose.
Yeah.
And they don't survive. And you will not just keep surviving overdoses. You just won't. That's not what you survive.
No, they're lucky.
You could be
Those
a
are
tweaker
luck.
your whole life and fight cases. But with opiates, you're fighting death. And you might fight cases too. You might catch cases doing that shit. But meth doesn't try and kill you like that. It just tries to string you along for the rest of your fucking life. It's a slow burn. That's a slow burn, bitch. All right. So when I say we can only control our own decisions, that's kind of what I mean, right? Rescue doesn't work. I can't make sense of it, nor would I try and justify our kids dying. There's no good reason for it. It's wrong, and I am so sorry for that shit. There's no, it's scientifically, it's like this. Well, there's no, fuck that. Our kids aren't supposed to die. So shout out, big hugs, and nothing but love, and just, I don't know what else to say, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
But, I'm here, we're here, and for those of you who have lost a kid, man, love. And just hugs. And nothing magic, nothing just.
But the more, the older we get, the bigger our family gets, and the more you're dealing with this stuff anyways. It's, your uncle's kid, your nephew's son, and there's just more going on because there's so many people in the family now. The family didn't seem so big when we were kids.
No.
Because it's just looking at it from the top up.
Yeah.
When you're at the top of the hierarchy looking down at
it's bigger.
Yeah.
And that's your family, bro.
Now.
Those people mean something.
Right.
Yeah.
It just seems like there's always something going on.
Mm-hmm. So let's close with saying this. Like, everyone is going through something. If you can't be nice, be nicer.
At least a little bit nicer.
We can put that on a t-shirt, huh?
Be nicer.
Be nice, be nicer.
Right.
And don't be a dick.
Some hippie
be
shit.
less of a dick.
Some hippie shit right there.
Be less of a dick today.
Be less of a dick to your people.
My name's Jason.
And I'm Greg.
Peace out, everybody.
Late. What's that sound? How do you make that sound?
I just did it.
But there's going to be an instrument that plays that sound, right?